All right. Can everybody hear me? Let's see. Let's share screen. No, that's not what I want. All right, let's get the chat up. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to tonight's show. We have an emergency broadcast. We won't go super long tonight. I am using my new software tonight, Restream. So bear with me, guys. We shouldn't have too much technical difficulties, but it is good to be able to use the software. Let me turn the light on. That way it's not so dark in here. Let me just turn the light on really quick, guys. All right. Who do we have here tonight? Cursed Media, Nuclear, Big Smells, Scarecrow. Guys, one thing, my internet glitched in the middle of this, and I'm trying to pull up the chat where I can scroll up and down. I can't. Luckily, it's right over here on the screen, so I can see you guys. The only problem is I can't scroll up, so I'm going to keep up with the comments as much as I can. Guys, just drop a like as you come in here. Nobody feel obligated like you need to do any kind of super chat or anything tonight, but I did figure out TTS just in the event. But again, that's just if you want to donate to the channel. You don't have to. You don't feel obligated or anything like that. But let's just let people come in for just a minute. And I do look like Rob Zombie. Well, I'm jacked though. No, I'm not. But I got my tats. I got my Alice Cooper tat. Listen, this is gonna be fun. I've been getting a bunch of messages. People are mad at me. They're saying, Christian, don't become a complainer channel. Christian, don't start being like everybody else. You guys don't know what I'm going to say. That's why I want to get here live with the people and talk to you guys directly. I want to talk to you guys face to face, not behind the scenes, face to face. Okay. I want to talk with you guys. So, Fight the Good Fight, how are you? Joshua Brooks, how are you? Antonis, how are you? Midnight's Edge After Dark, how are you? Everybody's coming in. We're going to go for about 30 more seconds to about a minute. Then we're going to get into this whole thing because I want to get this out there and let people know what I think because I don't want to tiptoe around it. I think some of y'all are panicking, thinking I'm going to be like a grumpy bastard. Just hear me out, okay? Because I am very upset about something, but you guys are jumping to conclusions. I've been getting hate messages, not hate messages. That's dramatic. I've been getting a bunch of messages saying, here's the first thing I'll say. The young Scream fans, like the younger ones, man, they are so used to just talking to people on the internet. They have no problem just being mean as hell. So we have a super chat from Max P, and he says,
Is Christian still my dad?
thank you so much, Max P, for the $4.99. All right, let me see if I refresh my page. Will my chat thing fix? This may be a disaster. Hang tight, people. Check 1 2. Am I still here? Okay, I can pull up the chat. Thank God. So let me find that super chat. Thank you so much, Max P, with the $4.99. Is Christian still my dad? You damn right I'm your dad. All right, so listen. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Everybody coming in, please drop a like. I'm not going to keep you guys too long tonight. You guys will not be here all night. It's a weeknight. Some of y'all have kids, got school. Okay. So I want to tell you guys what upset me about today. Number one, I am not upset that they are in the movie. I like the guy from Scream 3. I like Matthew Lillard, okay? That is not my problem. Everybody's jumping to conclusions and messaging me saying, why are you upset that Stu is in the movie? Relax. I am not upset that Stu is in the movie. I am not upset that the guy from Scream 3 is in the movie. Here is the problem. They are going out of their way to ruin any sort of surprise. They are butchering this. Why on earth would you announce that Stu is going to be in the movie? Why are you guys announcing this already? Why is this not a surprise for the audience? They are going out of their way to eliminate any actual surprise for this goddamn movie. Nobody is more excited about Matthew Lillard than me. I grew up a Scooby-Doo mark. Okay, I was at the theater for Scooby-Doo. I was at the theater for Scooby-Doo, Shrieker Island, whatever the hell it was called, Monster Mash. I grew up a Matthew Lillard mark. I am a fan. They are going out of their way to ruin it. Are you trying to tell me that people aren't going to the theater to see Scream? What is going on? They're going out of their way to ruin every single surprise. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, listen. I am a wrestling fan. Now, wrestling is not going to be for everybody, but here's one thing I'll say that is the coolest thing about pro wrestling. The coolest thing, and I think a lot of guys can understand this. By the way, drop a like on the show. We got 122 people in here. Listen. The coolest thing about wrestling is when you're watching the show and all of a sudden the music hits and somebody shows up that you didn't know was going to be at the show. When Sting shows up in Survivor Series 2014, I had no idea. It made a lasting memory. It made a moment for me that I'll never forget. When CM Punk showed up at Survivor Series this past year, no one saw it coming. It made the night. You've got Kevin Williamson on board. Everybody is going to see this movie. I'm not even going to get into the Melissa Barrera, whatever her name is. This has nothing to do with that. This has nothing to do with Jenna Ortega. This has nothing to do with anything political. None of that. I'm not getting into that. That is a lose-lose situation. They have a great opportunity here to have done something unbelievable. No test screenings, no early Cannes Film Festival, no nothing. Script locked tight. They could have had the greatest reveal surprises of all time. They could have had Matthew Lillard go do conventions, film him at secret times, work around all those shenanigans to make people really wonder, is he in the movie or not? He could have told the press no. He could have gone on interviews and said, no, I'm not in the movie. And people would have been so happy and shocked and surprised to see him. Same thing for the guy from Scream 3. That is clearly more of a deep, hardcore fan surprise. Matthew Lillard is a huge star still to this day. His lines at conventions are through the roof. They could have made a great surprise with this. But in my opinion, and believe me, I am not upset that Matthew Lillard's in it. I love Matthew Lillard. I am a Matthew Lillard mark. They are going out of their way to spoil all of this. All of it. You mean to tell me you've got a test screen Kevin Williamson a bunch to where people could leak it out? They had an opportunity here to take us back to the old days and do something remarkable. Surprise the audience. You can't tell me that you can't keep secrets anymore. It can be done. It's called NDAs. It's called closed sets. It's called keeping people out of all this bullshit. but they're going out of their way to tell the world that these people are in it. Matthew Lillard's posting about it. I don't understand why they can't keep this whole thing a secret. It's spoiling all of it. And to me, it comes across a little desperate. Like we need everybody to go to the movie to see this. Of course they're going to see it. It's a Scream movie. Of course they're going to see it. They're going out of their way to spoil all of it. I don't understand. Again, I'm happy he's in it. Who's not happy about Matthew? If you don't love Matthew Lillard, he's the closest thing we have to Mr. Rogers today. That's not my issue. So everybody that's coming down on me saying, Christian, why are you upset that Matthew Lillard's in it? What are you talking? You're not a real Scream fan. I'm too old to deal with all that. I'm not going to get in back and forth with people about that. I'm in my 30s now. I don't care about that. My thing is we had an opportunity here to do some great surprises, to keep some secrets, and they're going out of their way to take everything away and strip away all the stuff. I don't understand it. Who is responsible for this kind of promotion? Are you telling me people weren't going to the theater? I'm going to stop now, but I have to get this out. I'm so frustrated. Why did they do this? It breaks my heart. We could have. Does anybody agree out there? Am I the only one? Maybe some people didn't want to go see it unless Matthew Lillard was in it. And to that, I say, well, you got your wish. But why are we doing this? Why are we just why are we spelling everything out for the audience? We're spilling the beans, people. We're spilling the beans on everything. Are they going to give us the plot to the movie next? They're going to give us the ending to the movie? I don't understand it. Somebody explain it to me. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know, people. It's just it bums me out because could you have imagined? Yes, Albert, that we're on Scream 7. Could you guys have imagined? I want people in this show tonight to just I want you everybody here tonight, all 125 of you people here. Please drop a like while you're here. We're using new software tonight, guys. I want everybody here to imagine they're at the movies. They didn't test screen Scream 7. They didn't show anybody this movie. You go to the movie opening night, okay? Everybody here goes to the movie opening night, and all of a sudden, you see Rowan. You see, thank you. Akeem understands. There's no surprises anymore, Akeem. It's gone. Everything has to be shoved down the audience's throat. Everything's got to be blasted to people. Thank you so much, 1996. Give me 1 second. I got to type this. That's the only downfall about this. Almost done. All right, here we go. This is for 1996 with a $5 super chat. I totally agree. I mean, the thing of it is 1996. It's like they accomplished one thing today for sure, and that is publicity. You know, but my thing is when you have something like Scream that you know is going to be a successful venture, you know, Why can't we just keep it hidden? And Big Smell says something that I don't know if it's true or not. There's a part of me that to me optically, I get this sense. He says, "I'm afraid it's more." And thank you very much, 1996. I appreciate the $5. God bless you. I appreciate that. We have another $5 super chat from Scarecrows of the Night. Let's get this written down. I think I'd even change the voice. Watch this. Let me change the voice. Let's do Jackson. Let's do Stefan. Here we go. All right, this is a super chat from Scarecrows of the Night. Here we go. Well, I tell you what, Scarecrows of the Night, there's some stuff you can't hear it. You guys can't hear it. Oh, wait up. I'm so sorry. What am I doing? You guys can't even hear it. All right, here we go. Check this out. Here we go. Now let me play it again. Here we go. Here we go.
I'm more interested in the new Return of the Living Dead sequel.
Well, I tell you what, there's gonna be some more developments on that. Akeem says, I remember when I seen Halloween 4 in the theaters, that ending surprised the hell out of me as a kid. To me, the thing about it should be fixed. Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that? I hope it's fixed now. You not hearing anything? Let me see. Let me see. All right, here we go. Let me do it again. You guys should hear this. Watch this.
I'm more interested in the new Return of the Living Dead sequel.
You guys should have heard that. It's y'all heard. Okay, good. Well, just look at the bright side. At least the movie's not going to be ruined because we all had like 2, maybe 3 writers and not a whole lot of them. I mean, guys, like, I don't get me wrong. After today, I'm not going to go on tangents about this again. I needed to know if I needed to know if I'm crazy or if I'm not, because I feel like I'm from the old school where I grew up before the internet was a thing that you got all your information there. When I was coming up, I went to the library as a kid to learn about things. I pulled out encyclopedias, and if I wanted to know about something, it was word of mouth. Okay. And now, and because of that, it bred surprises. It's me as a kid, and the feeling of a great surprise, guys, that is a memory that you will remember for a long time. If you would have been able to seen Matthew Lillard in this movie and not known about it, that would have been a memory you guys would all remember. But mark my words, you will not remember the day you read the bloody disgusting post about hearing that he was going to be in the movie. You will forget this day. But if you were at the movies and you didn't know about it and you found out, it would have been a lasting memory. I don't get why they did this. That's where I'm coming from, guys. But believe me, I'm excited for the movie, right? But I'm bummed that I'm bummed that they I'm just bummed. I'm bummed, ladies and gentlemen. You made some points, but at the same time, you're just overreacting. Just think about worse. I'm not thinking about the worst. What are you talking about? I'm not thinking. There is no worst. There is no worst. I'm excited for the movie. That's not what I'm talking about. I think by revealing Stu's return, we are now dying to know how he returns, and even more people will show up. But I just, the thing of it too, Brian, that's interesting is how many things do they need to reveal about this movie? We already got Nev back, right? Nev is already back, which should be huge for people. Kevin Williamson is back, which should be huge for people. How many more things? How many more things they need to announce? I just like, can we not have kept any of this a secret and been a surprise? Blu-ray says, I think with all the behind the scenes controversy, they wanted to generate buzz and get people hyped. How much more stuff do they got to generate? Like, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I wonder how many people are on the fence about this movie, right? Like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to go see it. Yeah. Here's the thing. It's got to be, am I still blurry? I'm sorry. Am I still blurry, guys? Hopefully I'm not too blurry. You're not crazy, Christian, but I've lost all surprise about studios doing that kind of thing. I guess I'm a little more numb to it because we see dumb mistakes all the time. Yeah, Aaron, it's just, you know what though, dude? It's just like, I hate how everything is just out there today. Like there is like we know about stuff way before it even happens. And it's just like, man, I love surprises. Like there are not like again, not everybody here is a wrestling fan, and I respect that. It's a very much an acquired taste. But what I'm telling you guys that are wrestling fans, you can relate to how great the rush of that feeling is when somebody shows up and you didn't know they were going to be there. That's what makes the night special. And they had an opportunity here to me, and it really bums me. Well, here's the thing, Sammy. I'll tell you this. If you ask me if Stu is alive or dead, he's dead. Anybody that grew up with them CRTs know how much they weigh. Stu had like a 28, 29-inch TV fall on his head. He's dead. You know, and the guy from Scream 3 clearly died too. It's got to be flashback scenes. Right? It's got to be. You're not crazy and you're not old. They all want people to wonder how they're going to bring him back. And it's a smart marketing ploy, just not as much fun. You know? It's not like it used to be. I'm 35. And I remember being shocked in theaters, depending on the movie. Now it's just like could you who remembers? If Akeem's still here, he'll tell you. Who remembers 7? They didn't even tell you about Kevin Spacey. His name wasn't in the credits. His name wasn't even in the credits. What's up, Darkroom? Good to see you. They may as well. I'll take Jamie Kennedy. Maybe he filmed another VHS tape where he says, "Listen, guys, if this is still going on 30 years from now, this is what you need to do." I wouldn't even be upset. I'd be happy if Jamie Kennedy showed up. So for the people that I see people in here that are just showing up, here's the crux of it. I've calmed down, so I'm not going to yell anymore. I felt like I was going crazy, so I needed to just hop on a live and say this. But for the people that are just getting here now, this is what I was upset. This is what I wanted to rant about. Number one, I said I wanted to talk about this, and a lot of people instantly were saying, "What's wrong with you? Why are you upset that they're coming in? Why do you think the movie's going to be bad?" And I wanted to respond to everybody. I said, "No, I don't think the movie's going to be bad. That's not it, right?" So this is what it is, guys, in a nutshell, and then we'll carry on with the comments. My grievance is that you had an opportunity here to do something that no movie has done in a very, very long time. My grievance here was that you've got something like Scream, which people were going to go to the theater to see this. There's a lot of stuff behind the scenes, a lot of drama going on, people leaving the movie. Right or wrong, you know, there's the argument that no publicity is bad. No, there's no such thing as bad publicity. Some people believe that, some people don't. My point is this. We had an opportunity here to have a surprise with Stu in this movie where we could have kept this thing under wraps, super under wraps. Don't tell me it can't be done. It can be done. If they wanted it to be a secret, they could have done it. But instead, we're going this whole route of telling the audience about every single thing. I would have been. Could you imagine had we gone to the theater and they managed and did a good job to keep this all a secret? And then all of us in the theater, our jaws would have hit the floor when we saw them. No screenings. Sorry for all the YouTubers that do the early screenings, get their reviews out. Sorry. You got to watch it day one like the rest of us. No Cannes Film Festival. No test screenings. Imagine if we all would have been able to go to the theater and he was on the movie and they kept it a secret. Don't tell me they can't have done. Don't tell me they couldn't have pulled it off. That's my grievance. That's what I'm ranting about. I'm so happy he's in it, but I would have been 10 times as happy had I not known he was in it. And here's the last thing I'll say. We'll get to the super chats next. Here's the last thing I'll say, guys. The irony of this whole thing, if anybody here is familiar with my channel, they know one thing. Last year, I stopped watching movie trailers. Get ready for this. I stopped watching movie trailers because they give away too much about the movies. Now, I don't even watch trailers anymore, but they're surprising every damn thing about the movies now in posts. I can't get on the internet. What do you guys want me to do? Stay off the internet? What am I supposed to do? I can't win. I can't win, guys. Real quick, Eric does say this. I will comment on this. To be fair, Christian, the reason they're doing this is because they are not because of those not going to see it due to the Melissa thing. I'm not going for that reason. I'll still buy the physical media to support it. And Eric, you know what? That's an argument I can buy for sure. And if that's the case, I still think keeping it a secret would have been the way to go. You know, I really do. You know, my stance on that still stands. I respect what you're saying, Eric, but I think you don't understand, Eric, where I'm coming from too. You know, but I appreciate your comment. All right, let's get to the super chats. We got a super chat from N. It's an issue for all films. Look at the Odyssey right now. Thank you so much. And in 1996, guys, I think my computer's freezing up when I do this TTS. So just for the rest of the show, we'll keep it streamlined for the rest of the night. Thank you so much, 1996. He's with a $2 super chat. They're gonna pull a new Nightmare type movie. You know what, dude? I don't even know at this point. And if anybody's wondering, well, Christian, maybe they're announcing it, but they're gonna do something really over the top. Well, I'm expecting that now. I'm expecting that now. I don't know, guys. I hope you'll see where I'm coming from. Listen, this is not a negative channel. I don't want to be, and I don't think I'm being negative. I'm really not. I'm excited for the movie like you are too, or most of you. But my thing is, we've got to protect. Some things need to be protected to make the audience have an experience. Okay? Thank you so much, 1996. God bless you. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Akeem, here's the thing. Akeem says the surprises wouldn't matter. It probably would have got spoiled on Twitter or TikTok. You know, people like, but my thing is, Akeem, let me ask you this, Akeem. Listen, you work in the movie business. If you guys want to keep something under wraps, I'm talking under wraps, there has to be the money and the means to make that happen. I'd have a hard time believing it's not possible. I'm not saying it still can't get leaked out, but even so, he could go on the tour saying, "No, I'm not in it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not doing it." Right? Like if they wanted to, I just feel if they really wanted to keep this secret, you know, I don't know, Akeem. I'm bummed out by that. I'm just bummed out by it. Can you imagine how ridiculous that would be? We're gonna have to get a Ghostbusters crossover with this. All the ghosts showing up. My Rumpelstiltskin should be here in a couple days. Devin, you will get a full review from me. The no stone will be left unturned on Rumpelstiltskin. You know what? If that's true, S Gilman 16 says apparently people were sending death threats to the studio over Patrick Dempsey, so they needed some announcement to calm people down. Like, what the hell is going on? Oh man, what the hell is going on? My God. Thank you so much, and with a $5 super chat. Ironically, this stream is how I found out about Stu. Still love you, CHH. Well, let me tell you something, N. Believe me, you would have found out within 24 hours. It's all over the internet. It's all I have text messages I still haven't looked at. I've got a bunch of text messages from people texting me about it that I haven't even looked at I haven't looked at my text since about like 3 today. Because it's just it was insanity. And it's not it's none of my it's nobody texting me's fault. I mean, but the fact is, like, just opening Instagram, that's all I saw. Thank you so much, Ann. I appreciate it. So let's see. Do you think David Arquette gets announced for tomorrow? Bring him in. Let's go. Again. But see, I'm laughing at that. That's not my issue. That's not my issue. My issue is that they announced it all. My issue is that they announced it. Y'all must have forgot. And the wrestling fan point is true. Being a wrestling fan, nothing is better than the music hitting and boom, a surprise. Exactly. We got a $20 super chat from Not My Truth, The Truth. God bless you for the $20. I appreciate that. He says, the problem is they were building Melissa's story the last 2 seasons. 2 movies, 2 seasons. I'm assuming it's what you mean. We could have seen the hero become the killer. Talk about something we've never seen before. Instead, they pissed it away because she defended blown up kids. Well, listen, I'm not going to get into the political side of that. Personally, I'm in the business of I'm not in the business of getting into political stuff online. You have the total freedom to donate and say that, and I'll say it no long, but I'm not going to comment on that. But it's not that's not happening now. I mean, that's not happening now. I can tell you that. I mean, there's no denying that this is definitely a huge pivot movie, right? Like they had to when I think I forgot who I was talking. It was probably a number of people I was talking to about this. Not My Truth, The Truth. But when this whole thing went down, I said, and I'm sure I even tweeted or posted about this on my YouTube or whatever. I said, they're definitely getting Nev Campbell now. They need her because people are like they're gonna get Jesus Christ in this movie. Like they're going above and beyond. I knew Nev was coming, right? I knew Nev was coming after that whole thing. So thank you so much, though. Not My Truth, I appreciate it. And Toronto Freddy says, $2 super chat Canadian. Thank you, Andrew. He says, Andrew Garfield. Good to see you, Toronto Freddy. I've known you. You've been around for a while, man. I used to see you a lot. Good to see you. Andrew Garfield, number one example. It can be done. Andrew Garfield He just proved my point right there with that super chat. He just look at that. He proved my point. It can be done. Listen, guys, I'm calmed down. I'm calmed down. You know, I'm happy that Matthew Lillard has got a gig, and he's going to be in this movie. He's like I said, he's the Mr. Rogers of the horror world now. Everybody loves Matthew Lillard. I grew up a Matthew Lillard mark. I was a huge fan of whatchamacallit, Scooby Doo as a kid. So I'm liking Restream Movie Misfits. There's a different approach to some things. I do like that I can have the chat on screen. But you have to it's good. Just a little different, but not bad different. I honestly don't understand Roman coming back. Dude was shot in the head, and if they make him be alive, then that would take away Dewey's only kill, but Dewey being clumsy made sense he missed. Well, I mean, listen. It's gotta be they're either ghosts or it's flashbacks. I mean, Rambo couldn't have survived the stuff that these guys went through, right? But that again, and I forgot who commented this. I think let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it because somebody said something that I thought was interesting. It was actually this movie Misfits as well. He said, "I think they announced it because it won't be some big epic thing. It will probably be the killer using it." But that to me, my point remains the same. My point remains the same. If you didn't know about it and you saw that in the movie, you would pop. People would pop. You would pop in the theater. That's like my thing. If we wouldn't have known about this. But like I said, I've calmed down. I'm not going to yell and scream. And thinks that they still alive. How do you explain someone wanting to come after City after all this time? I think he's good. You know what? I think he's going to be a good guy because his mom and dad were going to be mad at him. Let's see. I heard Wes Craven is coming back from I don't know if they're going to go that far. They may draw the line at CGI and dead people. Although Return of the Living Dead's not against that. There's going to be a scene like in Endgame, a bunch of portals open up and every character from every past movie shows up. You know what? Cotton Weary's cool. What's the actor's name? Liv Shriver? Let's bring him back. Let's bring back Liv Shriver. It's a pop is a Max P. Pop is a wrestling terminology. A pop is like when somebody shows up in a wrestling match unexpected, and the crowd pops like a firework. Like all of a sudden they erupt and cheer. That's a pop. I'm sorry. My problem is I assume everybody understands wrestling jargon because I'm a wrestling fan. So I apologize about that, Max B. A pop is when people you're excited. You know, that's what that is. So I apologize. That's what a pop is, ladies and gentlemen. They bring it back, Ghost Mom. I don't know if I mentioned wanting that before. I think what I said is they could have done like a meta thing where it's like Nev which they've kind of made a movie. They've kind of made a movie about this before with a movie called there was a Shudder movie about this. I forget the name of it off the top of my head, but there was this movie um where it was like a killer shows up to a convention and dressed up in costume. And I was like, what if there was a movie where, Nev, Lillard, Jamie Kennedy, all the original cast are at a convention and they go out to dinner after the convention one night, but there's actually a ghost face guy dressed up trying to get them, and it's some kind of deranged super fan or something. That kind of meta. That's what I brought to the table. Random acts of violence. Thank you. So I know people. I think more people are confused about Roman. So listen, guys, I'm not gonna keep you guys too long. We're almost at 50 minutes here. So like I said, this is not a negative channel. I don't want this to become a channel where I just come here and say F this and F that. And, I'm not getting, I'm that's not what I'm about. I do like to, be honest with the audience, obviously, and share my feelings. My point with all this is just I would have traded all of this. I would have traded all of this, guys, to have gone to the movie theater and had been totally surprised to have seen them. And Roman. I would have popped for Roman. I would have popped big time for Roman. I love Scream 3. I totally changed my mind on Scream 3. I became a big fan of Scream 3. Hell, if Laurie Metcalf isn't in this movie, I'm rioting. I need Aunt Jackie in this movie. She could have lived. Laurie Metcalf could have lived. Tell me I'm wrong. Kenny the cameraman. Jesus, Robert says I'd slap my mother if she died. God damn. This is a new one. He says maybe Stu and Roman show up, but they're deep. Not knowing who to trust and everything. Jesus, we got deep fakes. Deep fake Stu Lillard. Oh man. All right, guys, listen, I appreciate everybody being here tonight. Like I said, I was not going to go super long tonight. I just wanted to I kept getting comments. People were they were on the wrong track with me. They were like, "What's your problem? Why are you thinking this movie is going to be bad? Why are you not excited?" I am excited. That was not what my whole gripe was. So I figured, let me just go live tonight, talk about this with the audience, let you guys know where I was coming from, and then we'll move on. When I get done with this, we're moving on. That doesn't mean I won't talk about this openly, but I'm not going to rant about this again. But that's where I'm coming from, guys. It's just that. It's just that. I just, I just wanted to get that out the way. I'm so happy that Matthew Lillard is coming. I couldn't be happier. I love Matthew Lillard. I just wish it would have been a secret. That's it. That's it, and that's all. So we're gonna end it there, guys. Do me a favor if y'all don't mind, before you get out of here, drop a like on the show. I would totally appreciate that. And y'all have a great night. Get some sleep, everybody. And we'll be back tomorrow. I might go live tomorrow night. I think I'm gonna go live tomorrow night. And try this again. Just keep getting used to restream. That way, I'll have all the irons kinked out. on this website. But thank you guys for hanging out tonight. I appreciate the super chats tonight. God bless you guys. I appreciate it. Everybody here, have a safe and great Friday. Tomorrow's video, I'll let you guys know this right now. Tomorrow's upload that you guys will see on this channel, we're going to cover. Thank you, King Matthew. Thank you for subbing to the channel. I appreciate that. Thank you, Aaron. I'm calmed down. I'm good. Thank you, Aggle. I'm calmed down, everybody. Don't worry. I'm not. I don't need blood pressure medicine. Tomorrow's video is going to be covering the news about the new Jason Goes to Hell documentary, where it's coming out, when it's coming out, when and if it's coming out on Blu-ray, and also some of the complaints that some of the backers have said. I've heard people reached out to me, people that backed the Hearts of Darkness documentary, that have expressed concerns with it. People have expressed their concerns with the Hearts of Darkness documentary. But tomorrow we're going to cover that and talk about that. By the way, if you guys don't mind, do me a favor. Go on Instagram, follow You Need a Candles. We have a launch tomorrow of Valentine's melts. We've got some great melts. We've got a great Dracula candle that drops tomorrow. Go follow us there, youneedacandles.com. Good night, everybody. Thank you all for hanging out with me. Welcome to the new subs. We'll talk